March is Division Anniversary Celebration month, and this year we've prepared a few surprises you definitely won't want to miss. Stay tuned for our upcoming announcements, agents. We've got plenty in store for you.
Hey everyone, RogueGold here, welcome back to the Division 2, and welcome to March, my friends. And as you heard Yannick say in that intro clip, March is the Division's anniversary month. Now, things have been a little off schedule for the past few years, but way back when, the Division 1, 2, and Warlords of New York all released in March. You may be wondering, that's great, but why do we care now in 2025? Well, the dev team and Ubisoft seem to be planning something pretty big to celebrate. Not only is it confirmed that we're going to get additional details and news on the Division 2's highly anticipated Battle for Brooklyn DLC, we'll get to that, but they seem to be getting ready to drop a lot more, potentially from projects across the Division universe. I mean, hell, there's nowhere you can look that isn't advertising this thing. In promotional emails, when you log into the game, in just about every dev communication and interview, what exactly is about to go down? That's what we're going to get to the bottom of. Recapping everything we know we're about to learn this month, and my insights and predictions on what else I think they may be hiding. So, as always, if you want to stay locked on everything going on in the world of the Division, be sure to subscribe if you're not already, and without further ado, let's get into this. So, to begin, let's first cover what is confirmed to be happening this month for the Division's anniversary celebration. We first learned that this would all be going down in the developers' livestream, where they broke down the DLC delay news as well as the Year 6 Season 3 PTS. In their closing thoughts on the DLC stuff, Daria mentioned this.
Yes, and aside from the key art that we showcased right now to give you more information in the coming time, we'll also be sharing more about the DLC, more details in the during the upcoming anniversary celebration that we have annually in March. So yeah, questions about gameplay and all the details, yeah, that is not something that we can share right now, but we'll meet again in March, and let's look forward to it and see what else we'll have to share at the time.
Now, don't worry, we'll elaborate more on the DLC part of this soon, but then come the launch stream for Year 6 Season 3, they elaborated a bit more on their plans, saying this.
There is a specific date, of course, we have in mind, but I would not reveal it just yet, so it's going to be a nice surprise, but sometime in the middle of March. It's good to log into the game and be aware. Of course, more information is coming soon. Yeah, of course, we'll tell you. Yeah. And of course, after the release itself, there are going to be a lot of things to watch and discuss with your favorite streamers. So just pay attention, and these are the nice things that you will be able to earn.
So, a few things to break down here. As you might have seen in the background of those clips, there are a few festivities that the devs have already revealed to us. The first is that they will be giving away this pretty cool shade backpack skin to anyone who logs into the game during the designated window. As you heard Daria say in the clip, they've not yet revealed that exact window, but we'll get back to that. Neat thing about this skin is that it updates and displays your live shade level count on that little screen, so that should be fun. And then additionally, there will be Twitch drops running throughout March, specifically from the 3rd to the 17th. This time there are 2 separate reward tracks for the 2 different weeks, meaning you'll need to tune in and watch an eligible streamer each week if you want to get all of the drops. I always get people asking how this works whenever new Twitch drops roll around. All you need to do is have an account on Twitch. You can then look up how to link that to your Ubisoft account, and watching any Division 2 streamer with drops enabled, which is usually most of them, they advertise it in the title. Watching them for those intervals of time on the chart automatically get you the rewards added to your in-game account, and so yeah, week 1 of the rewards begins in 2 days, so get ready. Now I want to talk about what they are clearly dancing around here and all of the clips that we watched. There's going to be a stream celebrating the anniversary and to convey all of these announcements and reveals that they seem to be cooking up. At least that's what makes the most sense to me. It's also plausible that they could drop a pre-recorded video or just a blog post, I suppose, but it feels like a stream is brewing. Now again, thus far they've been very coy on exact dates or times other than Daria's mid-March tease. The Division 2's official release date was March 15th, 2019, and that was the day in which they released their anniversary media last year. However, this year the 15th falls on a Saturday, and I really don't foresee them dropping whatever is in store on a weekend. My prediction, and note that this is just that, a prediction, is that we're going to get this stream, video, whatever is coming on Wednesday, March 12th. Why? Well, March 12th was the other significant day for the Division 2's launch, as it was the game's early access launch date, meaning that is the day that myself and likely many of you listening actually began playing the game. Additionally, if you look closely on those new anniversary patches that are being released via the Twitch drops, you'll notice that the date 3/12/2019 is inscribed into them. Coincidence? Maybe, but I think not. So again, for now we don't know exactly what's going down or when, but they did say they would let us know in advance, and I predict that they're going to host a celebration and news stream on March 12th. We'll see how that pans out. Now, before we move on to a few other interesting tidbits that I want to look at, I want to talk about the DLC-sized elephant in the room. Again, they themselves confirm that additional DLC news is a lock for whatever celebration platform this year's anniversary is delivering. The question then naturally becomes, what are they going to reveal? Well, if you look at what we know right now, the answer is not very much. All we know is that it is titled Battle for Brooklyn. This is the key art. It's going to be a smaller content package than Warlords of New York, and it's releasing sometime in calendar 2025. Now, back when they communicated this delay for it in January, many people speculated that their non-commitment to a new specific release window or date meant that they either didn't yet know themselves when it was going to be ready for release, or that they were trying to soften or delay the inevitable blow that's going to come when and if they were to say, oh yeah, coming in December 2025. I don't believe that's the reason they left things at it's coming sometime in 2025, personally. As I mentioned in some of my videos just after the delay, and as I'm more sure of now that we've gotten some additional comments about their plans for this month, I believe that they held off from expanding on the new release window for the DLC because it is set for next season, Year 7 Season 1, and that they weren't ready or didn't yet want to host a grand reveal for Year 7 altogether, because again, at the time in January, they were just beginning to lead into the Year 6 Season 3 marketing cycle, and they didn't want to overshadow that by saying, well, hey, Year 7 is where it's going to be at with the DLC and whatever else may be coming. But now that Year 6 Season 3 is launched, you know when they would do a next year of content reveal and a reveal for the new roadmap of content moving forward? How about an anniversary celebration that historically brings with it some big news? Ding ding ding. So again, I just want to be clear that this is entirely my own speculation, take it with a grain of salt, but it's also not my first rodeo, okay? Here's how I think this is going to go. Anniversary celebration, bam, they announce Year 7 is on the way. I have no idea what might fill out the rest of its roadmap, but I think the highlight is that they announce, yes, Battle for Brooklyn is coming with Year 7 Season 1, slated for June if you look at the current in-game calendar. I think we'll get our first trailer for the DLC, and yeah, they could go so far as to reveal a price point and kick off pre-orders. They could also very well save that for later, I don't know. But a specific release window and a trailer is my predictions on what we'll get DLC-wise from this anniversary event. I know the skeptics out there will shoot that down and say, lol, this thing isn't coming until 2026. We'll see what we see, you know? But what I know is that this DLC is very important for them, obviously personally as they've been working on it for so long, but also financially and in terms of player expectation and engagement. They're not going to wait a moment longer to release it than is absolutely necessary. And Yannick said during the delay discussion, we were this close to having it wrapped up. So yeah, I really think Year 7 Season 1 will see its release, and I think that all of that is going to be communicated at the anniversary this month. But will that be it? Alright, now for the final part of this video, I want to get a bit more crazy here. Be warned, this is going to be a pretty classic RogueGold rabbit hole dive right here. So if you're not into the more heavier speculation and red string on a corkboard type of discussion, now's your chance to bail. But given some things that we've seen happening recently, I think that there's a chance that this anniversary event might not just focus on the DLC and upcoming Division 2 plans, but it could be a bit more reminiscent of what we saw happen back in 2023 with Division Day. If you weren't around back then or were just unaware, Ubisoft hosted an event called Division Day on April 20th, 2023. Why it happened in April and not March, I do not know, but the purpose of it was to be a day in celebration of the Division franchise and one to announce and reveal many new things. This is when they revealed the Division 2's Year 5 roadmap, including our first ever announcement we got of there being plans to make a DLC. They gave us a cinematic trailer and dev diary for the Division Heartland, rest in peace. We got some new gameplay and an update on the Division Resurgence. They announced new transmedia projects, action figures, and new programs. It was just a ton of Division news and new stuff. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that the devs have teased that something like that is coming this month, aside from their weirdness on announcing a date for this all and just being very cryptic overall, but all they've promised is Division 2 stuff. That said, in these recent weeks, there has been an odd number of confirmations and a sudden willingness to be more open about certain projects and news, and it just makes me wonder if that's because we're approaching a larger news event. For instance, The Division Resurgence is the mobile spin-off that's been in development forever. It was originally going to release in 2023, but for over a year now has been radio silent, and all we knew was that Ubisoft had moved its release window to fiscal year 26, meaning between April 2025 and March 2026. Players would frequently ask the game's community developer James in Discord if there were any updates, and he would just say, nope, we're working hard, updates will come when they come. Skip to recently, around 2 weeks ago, someone asked, will the game release this year? Can't wait. And James replied with, our goal is still for a release within the coming fiscal year, as outlined in the Ubi investor call. I can't share more than that at this time. Now, understand that when I say that is obviously still pretty vague, yes, but it is a bit more direct and open than they've been willing to be in quite a while. There have also been a ton of job listings for the game continually posted over the past month or two, again very different to what we've seen over the past year. Additionally, talking about transmedia stuff, at the aforementioned Division Day event, it was announced that a Division webtoon was in development, basically an ongoing digital comic book series. At the time, they said stay tuned for news in 2024. Well, 2024 then came and went without a peep about it, and many just assumed that this thing had been quietly scrapped. That was until 10 days ago when in a random developer insight video the Massive put out, this clip was included.
We released Division 2 in 2019. We're in year 6 now, which is incredible. We've also in that time done 5 novels and a Dark Horse comic book series, a French comic that we've re-released in English. We're working on a webtoon. We're working on a nonfiction podcast.
You heard it there. Not only did they confirm that the webtoon remains in development, but they also announced a brand new project, that being this non-fiction podcast. No idea what that means or what it'll actually be, but it's the first time we've heard of such a thing. My point is this, my friends. For whatever reason, the winds have been changing now that we're into 2025. That continual drought of news or franchise updates that we've been in seems to be slowly phasing out as they drop more and more clues, hints, and just straight up news. We know that big things have been changing behind the scenes in the recent months with the return of Julian Garrity to the franchise, now as executive producer overseeing all franchise projects. And not only has he been pretty active and involved in social media with retweeting Division 2 stuff and fielding people's questions, but we've yet to see like a main here I am and this is my role debut from him, either in a stream, video, or whatever. All of that is to say, I could see a reality where this month's anniversary event not only celebrates the road we've taken to get here and outlines the Division 2's upcoming plans, but sees big involvement from Julian as executive producer, maybe does finally give us some updates on Resurgence, the webtoon, and maybe, just maybe if we're lucky, there's a reality where we could get a tiny shred of Division 3 news. I'm talking like maybe they show an official logo. We get to see what the 3 looks like, right? I don't think we get any concrete game info until mid-2026, probably, but maybe they drop just a morsel of something to be like, yeah, we're working on it, and this is the future of the franchise. I don't know, I will let all of you be the judges here, but that is my super out there speculation. And with that, that is just about going to do it for me today, my friends. This video ended up being a mashup of several different things, but at its core, hopefully this helped inform you about what's coming this month for The Division, the confirmed, the speculative, and more. Regardless of what ends up happening between that Shade Backpack and DLC news alone, I'm hyped, so I hope you all are too. Whatever your thoughts, theories, or predictions are after hearing the breakdown, I would love to read through whatever you're thinking down in the comments below, and I'll see you back soon. We don't have long to wait until the anniversary goodness kicks off. Thank you all so much for watching, my friends. Catch you back soon, and until then, RogueGold. Ow.